What's going on, traders? I wanted to talk to you all about futures. We're going to be adding some trade ideas to the Discord room for futures here very soon. So I wanted to talk to you quickly about some of the benefits and also the risks of futures. First and foremost, futures are very leveraged products. Please make sure you understand what you're trading before you trade it. That goes for anything, but especially true for futures. You can lose more than you have in your account in futures. They're very leveraged products. Make sure that you understand it before even getting started with it. So a couple things with futures. The way I like to explain it to people is that it sort of has the simplicity of shares and the leverage of options. So the simplicity of shares meaning, one lot. So like one share of a stock or one options contract, the quantity, right, of each of those is true for the respective product. In futures, they're called lots. So one lot would be like one share of a company. So when it comes to ES, which is S&P futures, one lot of S&P futures equals $50 per point in value. So if you buy one lot of ES futures and it goes up, you're up $50. If it goes down 1 point, you're down $50. So in that respect, it's very similar to shares regarding your risk. So calculating your risk, that is. So, if you see a trade idea or you have a trade idea on ES futures and you're looking to catch a 10-point move, you buy one lot and get 10 points, that's $500. So $50 per point times a 10-point move is $500, and same is true to the downside. So it's really quick and easy to calculate your risk for a particular trade in the same way that shares are very easy to calculate as well. Now, as far as the leverage goes, they're with options, obviously, as we all know, options are a way to leverage your capital. Futures are very leveraged just inherently. So it's sort of a combination of the two. All right, so talking about the point values, what I just went over is ES, which is the main product for S&P futures. Now, what's cool about futures is there's micro products. So ES has a micro E-mini S&P 500 product called MES, and it's everything divisible by 10. So if 1 point is equal to $5. So if this in the same scenario we went over, if a stock or if the ES futures move 10 points and you have one lot, that is $50 rather than 500. So if it moves up or down 1 point, it's $5 every point per lot. So fairly straightforward and easy. Now, some of the bigger benefits, and this is really what I think has drawn a lot of smaller accounts to futures lately, and why we're going to start to focus on it more, because it is a really good method really to grow a small account. With options, it can be tricky. Options can be a good way to grow a small account if you're able to capitalize on strong setups and have a very systematic approach like we talk about on a daily basis. With futures, most brokers, the margin requirements are much higher, but for Tradovate, they offer something that's I haven't seen in another broker, and that is $55 margin requirements for MES. So the micro E-mini S&P 500 is usually like on Thinkorswim, where I've traded futures. I've traded futures there and on E-Trade. It's around $1,400 margin requirement per lot. So on Tradovate, the margin requirement is $55 on the micro MES per lot. So, and there's no PDT rule. There's, with futures in general. So if you have, say, a $500, $1,000 account, you can actually make decent money. You can get involved and have pretty well-defined risk to reward in your trades, and also leverage without the complexity of calculating options premium. So that's really one of the main things I want to go over. So Tradovate, so far in my experience, is a great platform. Again, background and context, I've been trading futures off and on for about a year now. Much less experience as compared to options and shares. I've been trading those for about 8 to 9 years. So this is still fairly new to me, but I am starting to really see the value and benefit. Now, of course, there are more products than just the S&P 500. There's oil, there's gas, there's wheat, corn. There's all kinds of different futures. I've traded not all of them, but most of them, the ones I just mentioned. And when it comes to a strategy or whatnot, our strategy that we focus on in the room applies to any vehicle. Our steps 1 through 5, our basic account management rules combined with a system and strategy that we follow daily, that can really be applied to any type of vehicle. Now, what I will say is, each individual stock or certain setups within different stocks provide different leverage. So, ES is not always going to provide a strong edge. It really is setup to setup. So, some people trade this exclusively, and if it works for you, great. I like to try and discover or align myself with where the edge is, and that could be Amazon, that could be S&P 500. But what I will say is when I am looking at SPY or QQQ options in the past, like in the room, I'm much more inclined to use futures now. I think it's just much easier to understand what your risk is, and it's also leveraged enough to where you can make really good money. So anyway, this is just a really, really basic overview of options, or futures. I will make more in-depth videos soon, but I wanted to throw this out there to get you all sort of up to speed with what futures are. So when you see it in the room, you have sort of an idea of what I'm doing. And I also have a trade format planned for these. It'll follow a very similar structure to our normal trade alerts, but I'm going to include a little risk disclaimer, what the total risk in the trade would be for ES, and then also MES, which is of course the micro version of ES. So that's it for this video, guys. This platform is Tradovate. The broker is called Tradovate. I would recommend go checking it out. They also have a really good resource center. So if you go to their website, there is a resource center with a bunch of question and answer articles on futures. If you're new to futures, I highly recommend going through some of that. But yeah, that's it for this video. I will keep you all tuned as we move forward with futures. Like and comment below if you have any questions or comments, and I look forward to the next one. Thanks, guys. See ya.